So the time has finally come, huh? That's really unfortunate. Welcome everybody. We have unfortunate news today that apparently we've got the end for Back for Blood. Apparently, there's no longer going to be anything in terms of expansions or, as far as I know, any updates that are going to be happening towards the game at all for the entirety of this year, next year, and anything after that in the future. So here's a statement that we have from Turtle Rock Studios. We have greetings, cleaners. What an amazing year 2022 was for us. First off, we wanted to thank all of you for making Back for Blood what it is today. With 3 expansions, Tunnels of Terror, Children of the Worm, and River of Blood, we've traveled on a fantastic adventure together beyond the walls of Fort Hope. This phase of our war against the Ridden now comes to a close. Turtle Rock Studios is actually a pretty small studio to me, making AAA games. We don't have quite enough folks to continue working on Back for Blood content while we spin up another game. Yes, another game. Given this, it's time for us to put our heads down, get back into the lab, and go to work on the next big thing. So automatically, that'll just tell you it's just Back for Blood's kind of it's done. They don't have that many people to be working on 2 different projects at once, so they much rather just focus on the next big thing. What that might entail, nobody knows. Hopefully, it's just something bigger and better and something that would have a longer life cycle than compared to what Back 4 Blood did. However, the game is fantastic the way it is. There's still obviously a few bunch of bugs here and there, nothing too game breaking or anything. So some tweaks, some balances that would have been nice to have before the end of the entire thing, but that's kind of all we have. Intrepid Cleaners is not a goodbye. Back for Blood will continue to operate, of course. In fact, Back for Blood is currently offered on PlayStation Plus Extra in premium tiers and available as part of the Xbox Game Pass. You'll also still find us hanging around the subreddit and on Discord, as well as our official Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and website, because we love interacting with you and talking about our game. We may be quieter in the short term. We promise that we'll be back bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Much love and gratitude. Rock Studios. So again, we have no idea what this next game is going to end up being, but I really did enjoy everything that Back for Blood had ever since the start of the beta. The only thing that I can think of that Back for Blood really suffered from was the lack of content, end game content that you would be able to do for another 200, 500, 1,000 hours. Everything else, it just didn't really captivate a lot of people, whether if you were just a casual player or above average or whatever have you. There was really nothing there to really offer people to keep going, not like stuff, say maybe Modern Warfare 2 or Fortnite or whatever else, anything that's offering seasonal battle passes that incentivize players to keep going. There was none of that, so I can kind of see and understand why it didn't have the player base to continue to keep it going, hence why they have to move on to bigger and better things. So again, I still really had a lot of fun with this game. The community that I have, the friends that I made, and everything else, I would not trade any of that for the world. Greatly appreciate everybody that's come into my life through this game. People that I got to hang around and chat with, so on and so forth. That's all been fantastic. It's really tough to see it go, but I mean, they'll still keep the servers up, so you're still welcome to play every now and again, whenever you get the urge to do so. Because I feel like Back 4 Blood still has a lot of replay value. It's not one of these, say Resident Evil titles or something along the lines where you beat it once, you go back and you do it again. You kind of know the ins and outs on when everything's going to happen, so on and so forth. There's no real RNG factors that are in place or whatever else. So the game's always fresh no matter how many times you decide to play it. It's more of a roguelite than anything else, much like Gunfire Reborn, Risk of Rain, anything along those lines. So it just really suffered from that lack of endgame, and that's really unfortunate. But it should always still be there. It's just really hard right now. But with that being said, I greatly appreciate everyone that's been around me through this wild ride for about 2,000 hours worth of game time on this. And I will more than likely end up making some guide videos as to what are going to be some of the final and best builds that you can possibly make depending on your playstyle, and also how to get certain maps done in the most optimal way as possible. So that'll probably be it, and probably wrap up the rest of the Back 4 Blood content that we might have going here. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.